Welcome back to Motivational Success Stories. Have you ever felt small in a big world or thought that leadership is reserved for someone a little more special than you? Today, let's discover the story of Sheryl Sandberg, the iconic COO of Facebook, best-selling author of Lean In, and modern symbol of inner strength and ambition. Her journey to leadership offers lessons in resilience, confidence, and using your own voice to shape the future. Sheryl Sandberg was born in Washington, D.C., into a Jewish family that valued education and social responsibility. Her mother was a passionate teacher, her father a caring doctor for the community. From childhood, Sheryl learned the importance of hard work and asking questions. This foundation taught her early, anyone can make a difference if they are brave and determined enough. Do you remember the first time you ever doubted yourself? Sheryl didn't come out of the gate as a rock star. She often felt like just another face in the crowd. In reality, imposter syndrome, that nagging sense that you're not really worthy, visits almost everyone, even the very accomplished. As Sheryl shared, there is no perfect way to be a leader. There is only being brave enough to take the first step. No leader is flawless. The difference is the courage to begin. Even as a student, Sheryl wasn't the loudest or the most popular, but she was intensely curious. She spent hours in the library, reading about economics, society, and especially women leaders. The deeper she dug, the more she realized. True leadership isn't about shouting or controlling. It's about empowering, listening, and helping a team rise above their individual limits. Getting into Harvard wasn't easy. And like many Harvard students, Sheryl sometimes felt lost in a sea of bright stars. In Lean In, she wrote, "I really thought I just got lucky. One day, everyone would see how truly ordinary I was. If you've ever felt that way in a new job or when surrounded by high achievers, remember, success often starts by admitting your doubts and summoning the guts to face fears head-on." Graduating near the top of her class, Sheryl went on to Harvard Business School for her MBA. There, a decisive moment came when she became an assistant to Professor Larry Summers, later the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury. When Summers joined the Clinton administration, Sheryl was invited to join him at the Treasury, working on initiatives to relieve debt for developing nations. This was her first big chance to make a worldwide impact, not just a small mark on a local team. What do you think? Does luck happen only for the prepared? Sheryl urges us, if you're offered a seat on a rocket ship, don't ask what seat, just get on. When the rocket launches, the right move is to buckle up and learn as you soar. After several formative years in government, Sheryl dove into tech, at a time when women in Silicon Valley were still rare. In 2001, she accepted a key role at Google, building their online advertising platform and helping to lay the foundation for Google's revenue engine. But Sheryl still wasn't done. In 2008, Mark Zuckerberg, in his 20s, running a young Facebook, personally courted Sheryl to join as COO. The choice wasn't easy: stay safe at Google or jump into the unknown with a startup. Her courage lay in taking a path that wasn't clearly paved, continuing to stretch her leadership muscles. Even as outsiders wondered if a woman could lead in the still male-dominated tech world. At Facebook, Sheryl encountered relentless pressure, fierce competition, and constant change. She navigated crises about company management, finances, public trust, and scandals that put Facebook under the harshest spotlights. Sheryl admits, leadership sometimes means accepting responsibility for things you didn't cause, because when you're at the top, everyone wants to see if you'll fall. A belief she often repeats is, leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. She spent countless hours mentoring, giving direct feedback, and building a culture where the youngest interns' ideas could be heard as clearly as a veteran's. Sheryl never shies away from her mistakes. When Facebook's credits payment system failed, she didn't play the blame game, but claimed the lesson for herself and her team. Tech moves fast, and you need to adapt even faster. When the Cambridge Analytica scandal broke, she stepped up publicly, apologized, and focused on collaborative solutions, leading by example, not excuse. Described by colleagues as both empathetic and razor-sharp, Sheryl hosts conversations about career, family, and work-life balance. She champions training programs for future women leaders, mentors countless young employees, and creates networks so women can surpass their barriers, whether that's self-doubt, old stereotypes, or the ever-present fear of failure. She often says, "The cost of being wrong is less than the cost of doing nothing." If you wait for the perfect plan, you might never act, and that's worse than any mistake you could make. One unique legacy is the Lean In movement, which encourages women to actively seize their seats at the table and compete for leadership at every level. Her book became a bestseller and launched conversations about workplace equality at companies, universities, and beyond. Ever hesitated to speak up in a big meeting? Ever felt someone else was more deserving, more experienced, more right for the job? Sheryl's proof. You have to take the initiative to lean in. No one will do it for you. Nobody will hand you the chance to lead. You have to stand up for it yourself. Outside the office, Sheryl faced deep personal loss when her husband, Dave Goldberg, died suddenly from a heart condition. The pain nearly broke her. But through that darkness, she wrote Option B, sharing how she rebuilt herself and offering hope to anyone struggling after loss or trauma. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond, she writes. She also founded and sponsors initiatives supporting women, leadership, and equality, not just at Facebook, but across the world. Her work with She Means Business, Lean In Circles, and other networks brought leadership tools to millions. If you think leadership is all about being tough, look at Sheryl's quiet strength in mentoring, her determination to make workplaces kinder and fairer. Another of her mantras, done is better than perfect. How many of us wait until every star aligns before we begin? But it's by trying, learning, and improving in the real world that greatness actually happens. She also teaches, leadership is not bullying, and leadership is not aggression. Leadership is the expectation that you can use your voice for good. Real leaders use their position to create good, not just wield power. Are you ready to lean in, to challenge your own leadership potential? What's holding you back from finding your voice in a world that may seem bigger and tougher than you are? The truth is, anyone, no matter where you start, can become a leader. If your heart is brave, if your mind is open, if you never stop learning or trying, you can make a difference, inspire others, and leave your mark on the world, just like Sheryl. Thank you for joining Motivational Success Stories on this journey with Sheryl Sandberg. Please share your thoughts, experiences, or questions about growth and leadership in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next story. Remember, true success does not care about gender or privilege. It comes to those willing to keep learning, take risks, and strive for something greater together.